Well, I think I can pretty safely say this is the first time I've ever done anything like this. So it's a Sunday evening. So first time I've ever done a live actually on a Sunday evening. No idea what to expect. I think people are busy. I think people are going back to work tomorrow, back to school, making the kids lunches. It's a Sunday evening, or they're sleeping now. If they're on the maybe even on the East Coast, it's getting a little bit late. So I decided to go against what I normally do and plan a live stream. I just said, okay, I'm just going to start. I'm going to start a live stream and I'm just going to talk. And I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. Nothing's planned. And there could be some spaces where I'm not even saying a word. And I'm just kind of hanging, thinking. No pressure, no pressure on me, and no pressure on you. No pressure on you. If you do come on live, no pressure on you to say anything. You can just kind of hang with me. Um, Sometimes not talking is more powerful than talking. I've been with people in the past where they've always got to be talking. Silence felt uncomfortable. So for that reason, they got to keep talking and talking and talking. And that's to me, that's not comfortable. Talking for the sake of talking is uncomfortable for me. So there's nothing wrong with silence. If I just go silent for a minute or two or three or more here, it doesn't mean there's anything wrong. It just means that I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable in front of the mic. I'm comfortable with you hanging here with me. I'm here by myself basically, and I decided to let's just go live and see who's out there. And if you are here live, you can check in and either give me a heart or say hello, Dr. Dave. Tell me where you're from. Whatever. I may or may not acknowledge, depending on what I'm doing and how I'm feeling at the time. I may or may not acknowledge. If I don't acknowledge, um, hey, PBS, what's going on? Well, see, I just acknowledged. I did. See, I'm doing whatever feels right. And if at some point I'm in the middle of saying something and I don't acknowledge somebody that chats or don't acknowledge somebody that comes on live, yeah, just got this. I know. Hey, I just decided I'm here. I'm going to go live. It's a Sunday evening. It's possible nobody will show up. Nobody. It's possible nobody will show up. And if nobody shows up, you know something? I'm totally okay with that because I'm way past the point. The mushrooms have helped me with so much. Uh, I'm way past the point in my life worrying about how many people uh, uh, are on an episode, how many people join my live, how many people watch an episode. I'm way past that. It doesn't. You are someone, and you mean a lot to me. Trust me, you mean a lot. But even if no one showed up, even if no one showed up and no one watched the replay, let's just say like that's the scenario. Nobody came to this. Nobody ever watched the replay. Like zero views. You know something? I'd still be fine. I'd still be okay because I did what I wanted to do. And I knew going into it, maybe nobody's going to even be on. Nobody's going to care. Maybe nobody will care. Chris showed up. See, I think it's impossible for me to go on and do a live with nobody here because ultimately somebody's going to show up. Whether I might have to wait an hour sometime, but sometimes, but ultimately somebody's going to show up. So just in case you're here hanging with me, or even if you're watching the replay will happen at some point. If you're here, this has no agenda, no agenda whatsoever. It's just me, and you're hanging with me, and I've got no script, no plan, no nothing. I got to tell you, I feel pretty good. And that's why I wanted to come on and just maybe even spread a little energy, maybe even spread a little positive energy. I know I've got some friends that are going through some kind of rough times. A guy just messaged me earlier told me he's in the ER with terrible pain. I mean, oh wow. And Eric's here. Eric is here. Info warrior. I mean, I didn't even know what to expect. And he's right. Numbers don't matter. Yep. And I'll tell you something. Like I said before, Eric, like if I turned this on and started talking and got nobody here and nobody ever watched the replay. So let's say 0-0, no live and no replay. I would still be okay because I did what I wanted to do. And I spoke. And maybe nobody listened, but I spoke and I know what I was saying. I've got bad anxiety, depression, a highly stressful, demanding job. Been trying to propanolol, a lot of natural stuff, but nothing helps. Feeling like I should try microdosing. Oh no, 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 no! When you microdose, you don't trip. So it's barely. Let's say it's barely perceptual. People aren't walking around microdosing every day tripping. No, that would not be a good thing. No, no, no. When we microdose, it's like I used to say subperceptually, you couldn't perceive anything, but you should be able to just feel like a little something. Just feel a little something, and it works over time. Give it time. Don't give up after 1 or 2 days because this didn't work. No, don't do that. People do. People. The reason I say that people do that. People do that. I want to tell you guys something. So I just got back from Las Vegas. I saw The Wizard of Oz. I don't think I've done a live since then. No, no, I haven't told you about it. It was The Wizard of Oz at the Sphere in Las Vegas. It was unbelievable. And I'm going to say, if somebody says like, "What did you think of it, Dave? What did you think of it?" I'm going to say 3 words or 4 words. 4 words. Please don't miss it. Don't miss it. 3 words. Don't miss it. You got to go. It's absolutely amazing, unbelievable, and I think in a way it did change my life. I mean, and a lot of things are changing my life along with the microdosing. But when I went to an event like that, to a production like that, I just sit back and I go very very deep. And there were many parts of the production that I actually had tears in my eyes because either it brought back memories from my childhood, and when I say tears, I mean in a good way though. Joy, tears of joy. Um, Either it brought back memories. I remembered lines that meant something to me. And then, of course, at the end, of course, and I'm not giving anything away because everybody knows the story of the Wizard of Oz. But at the end, when Dorothy does that whole little speech about, you know, don't go searching further than your own backyard. There's no place like home. I mean, it really is true. And how many of us are just searching for something that we don't even really need, but we might feel that we want it or need it, but we don't really need it. I've got a friend who's I feel really bad. He's a really good guy. I'm not mentioning any names, a really good guy, but he's obsessed. He's obsessed with this multi-level thing that he got involved with now, and he thinks he's going to strike it really really wealthy, and it's going to change his life, and he's going to have all this money. And I feel really bad for him because I'm like looking in from the outside, and I see this company that he's representing. It's not good, and they're brainwashing him. The higher up people, they brainwash you, and I just feel so bad for him, but I don't feel it's my place to say, hey, friend, like just stop this, get out. He's going to have to find out on his own. But he's searching. He's searching further than his own backyard, much further. And I wish he would just see that you don't have to leave home. That's a metaphor. You don't have to leave home to be happy and to hang with the people that love you and you love. And don't go searching for this wealth. It's not, first of all, it's not going to come through a multi-level thing. It's not going to come. It's going to be stressful. It's going to be aggravating, and you're going to be let down. And I feel so bad. I almost want to give him like a dose, or like a microdose, and say, "Hey, take this microdose. It's gonna let you. It's gonna open your eyes up to what's going on. Oh my God, it's it's disheartening to see it. And so the Wizard of Oz just meant so much to me, so much. It was just, oh my God, just sitting there immersed in this land of Oz. It made you feel you were right there. I won't say anything else about it. I won't say a word. I won't give anything away. If you ever get there, I was going to say something. If you know, I live in Salt Lake City, so I took the drive from Salt Lake City to Las Vegas. It's about 6 hours. From where I live, it's about five and a half. But let's say from the airport, it's about 6 hours. It's long. It's far. It's far. But relatively speaking, it's not. Most people to go to Las Vegas have to get on a plane, so I'm lucky that I can drive. But I was thinking when I was driving, I was thinking if somebody wants to fly to Vegas and they want to have to add some fun to the mix, to add some fun to it, they should really fly into Salt Lake City and then rent a car and take the drive to Vegas. And that'll be part of your trip. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. I mean, you start off outside of Salt Lake City, you're paralleling the Wasatch Mountains for a good part of the way. And then you get into southern Utah, which has a different type of beauty. You go through a little, I don't know, 20, 25, 26, 27 mile stretch of Arizona. That's the Virgin River Gorge, which I would argue is one of the prettiest roads in the country. And then ultimately get into Vegas. It's beautiful. I would recommend it. I would recommend starting in Salt Lake City. And if you ever do that, ring me up. I'll treat you to a cup of coffee if I can. Yeah, I was really thinking Salt Lake City is the place to start a Vegas trip. Now, if you do it in the winter, that's a different story because you could run into some weather for sure. Um, even as you approach southern Utah, you cross some mountains that are notoriously sometimes bad, bad weather. Okay, so do you all like this, or I'm just kind of talking, or would you rather me answer some questions? Eric, that reminds me of a joke. I mean, like sometimes you go to an appointment or something, and they'll say, "So what brings you in today?" And I'll just look at them with a real straight face and say, "Well, my car," and they don't know what to say. Oh yeah, as soon as you get into the Las Vegas airport, there are slot machines, and they're everywhere. They are. I'm immune to them. I don't pay attention to them. I don't see them or hear them. They're all over the place, but I don't even. I don't see anything or hear anything. I just ignore them, and that's the way it is. Yeah, Las Vegas is a crazy place, but in a way, I really like it because of the what it has to offer. The food. I don't gamble at all. I don't gamble. The food, just there's a lot to do there. There are a lot of activity. There are a lot of cool things outside of gambling. Trust me on that one. Yeah, it's McCarran, but I think they years ago, I believe they changed the name, and I think it's Las Vegas. Is it Las Vegas International? I mean, it might still officially be called McCarran. Maybe it's officially, but I think think a lot of people now refer to it as like Las Vegas International Airport or something like that. But I could be wrong. But yeah, I don't really hear the word McCarran too much these days. But that's what it used. I mean, that's what people always used to call it. But it's still, like I said, still might be. Still might be. Well, Eric, next time you come, fly into Salt Lake City, I'll treat you to a coffee or no, you're at the level I treat you to a dinner or something. You're at that level. I treat you to dinner. And then I see you off in your rental car to Las Vegas. You wouldn't be disappointed in the drive. It's really really beautiful. It's beautiful. I started to ask you guys, do you like this where I'm just talking about random things, or would you rather just me have you answer? Would you rather have me answer questions? What's better? I just see, I didn't know if anybody would be here, so I was honestly prepared just to sit and just start talking. Stream of consciousness talking, anything that came to my mind. And this mind has a lot going on in it. This mind has weird stuff going, and I think, but good stuff. Hey, thanks, info, and thanks, R. Eric R. Thanks. Okay, you like the randomness. Okay, I got more randomness for you then. I so again, when I like to go to when I went to the Wizard of Oz, I get there early to the venue, and I just get into my seat, and I do a lot of really deep thinking. And yes, I usually am on some type of a plant medicine, to be honest. Of course. It's all the whole picture. So I'm deep in my seat way before the production started, and I'm just thinking that I'm I'm like really fortunate. And it's going to sound weird because I don't mean fortunate like I'm wealthy or I've got a lot of possessions or I'm not blessed with such like incredible looks. I mean, whatever. Yeah, no, what I'm trying to say is I'm fortunate in a way that my life has gone pretty much exactly the direction I wanted it to. It's like scary because I've gotten almost everything I've asked for, and I ask very gently. I never beg. I never obsess over anything. I know what direction I want my life to go into, and still do. And it's come to me. And when I've made mistakes, and I've made a lot of mistakes, it's like I honestly felt this when I was sitting there at the production before it started. I feel, and tell me what you think about this thought. Is it way out there, or is it very plausible? There's some force, whether it's like a guardian angel or the universe. There's some force looking after me. Somebody or something or some force is looking after me because I've gotten myself into situations that were not good, and that would have, if I continued with them, my life would have taken a totally different path, and it would have been a very bad path, a very bad one. Like, for example, one that I remember is that when I became a dentist, I felt in my heart like I made a big mistake and this wasn't for me. And then what is somebody in his mid 20s? What's he going to do? He doesn't, somebody in their mid 20s doesn't know what to do or how to change anything. Or, I mean, that's what I was, my parents paid money for dental school. I was trained to be a dentist. I got my degree, but I felt like I made a mistake. So what would you do? What would you do in a case like that? Would you have the guts to like admit that you made a big mistake and do a 180 when you finished this schooling and everything? I didn't know what to do, but somebody was looking after me, and I got into this. I got into another business where I became a dental coach and a speaker in dentistry, and I traveled all over North America. Yeah, Canada. Yes, absolutely, Canada. Traveled all over North America, and I was able to sell my dental practice and get out of a profession that I felt wasn't for me. Granted, I was speaking to audiences about dentistry, but that was a lot more fun than going in every day and seeing patients and practicing dentistry is a hell of a lot more fun, at least at the time. And I also was in a first marriage. It was, I don't want to say anything bad about my first wife at all. We actually have a good relationship now, but I knew in my heart it wasn't working for me. And speaking about like, what do you do in a case like that? What do you do? And you got like two kids and a wife, but in your heart that something's not right. Well, I was able to get out of that as well. I won't go into details. I was able to get out of that. And after a few very tough years, depressed years, and years where I didn't know what was going to happen to me. I met a lovely woman like totally randomly, and we ended up getting married, and we've been together for 21 years now. Somebody's been looking after me. I don't know who. I wish I could thank them But those are 2 major situations, but I've got minor ones all the time. And like I said, I'm not well, everything's relative. Everything's totally relative. Like a homeless person would think I'm incredibly wealthy, or somebody making minimum wage would think I'm incredibly wealthy. But compared to, like, these very wealthy people, I'm not wealthy at all. I'd say I'm very comfortable. I've got what I need. I pay my bills. I'm not stressed over money. I've got enough, but I'm not super wealthy, so I have to think about what I'm going to do. I can't just do things. I can't just do whatever I want because I just have unlimited money. That's not the case at all. I have to think, and I feel that's the best place to be. Like having enough, but having to think before you do something, or else you might not have enough much longer. It's a really like honest place to be, as opposed to like a billionaire that just hey, you go. And I'm not against billionaires. I'm not against. I'm a capitalist, but a billionaire that could spend as much as they want, and they don't have to think about anything. No, I'm not. I'm not even close to that league. And but if I were like one of these super mega wealthy people, I don't know. I don't know if I'd have happiness. I don't. My life wouldn't be the same. I would. Okay, if I had a lot of money, let's say a lot of money, like very wealthy, super wealthy, I probably wouldn't be doing this right now. You know why? Because I'd have obligations. When you're that wealthy, you've got obligations of things you've got to do, attend certain events, look good, do the right thing. I don't think you could just like dick around and sit on a computer on a Sunday night and tell all these people that need you for different things that, oh, I'm going to be on a live stream. No, no, you go away. I'm not going to go to that event. No, no, I can't do that. No, I can't do that interview. No, 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 I don't think no, my life would be totally different and I wouldn't like it. I don't care how much money I would have. I wouldn't want that life. I've got a life now where I can relax. My wife is out of town right now. That's why the title of this is I'm alone. And I can relax and I can feel great. And I don't have any obligation where somebody says you've got to do this now. You've got to go to this. You're due here. You're supposed to be on this meeting, right? No, because if I were a billionaire, they'd be expecting me to do what they want me to do. What they want me to do. I wouldn't just be alone doing nothing like this. This is a beautiful life. I could be alone and hide from people, and nobody knows where I am. And this is I could not even like create a better life than this right now, and nobody cares where I am, and that's great. I love it. I love it. Mm, there's something out there. There is something out there, maybe something bigger that is either within us or out there. Maybe not God, but a higher intelligence or intuition, an instinctual awareness, perhaps. Oh, well, we the people that dose mushrooms, whether it's micro or larger, we know this to be true, Eric. Of course, I mean, yeah, we know that we're not alone. There's some sort of other powers, higher powers. Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah, and life, and even life, and like what we're doing on this planet, it's not really what we think it is. There's something else going on that's much bigger that we can't really understand. But our lives are. This is like, yeah, I'm sitting at a desk in front of a computer on a nice little comfortable seat here. No, that's not. I don't even know if this is really happening. Like I'm probably playing a role in some kind of who knows what, probably a simulation or something, and maybe somebody's monitoring me because I'm playing the part perfectly. Oh yeah, he's going to drink his tea right now, right? Life is not what we think it is. Time is not what we think it is. This planet Earth is not what we think it is. It's much more complex. Well, I don't even know if complex is the right word. There's just it's different. We're programmed to look at it like they want us to see it. I mean, maybe I sound people think I'm crazy. No, what are you Dr. Dave, what do you mean? No, you're sitting at a desk. You're made of cells. You're sentient. You can think, but that's all there is. There's nothing more. That's not true. Oh, there's a lot more. Eric, I believe pretty strongly in the simulation theory. I mean, it's got a lot of it makes a lot of sense if you think about like what everything that's going on and how we are advancing now. We're getting close to the point where we could probably create some type of a simulation. I don't think we can create like sentient, real true sentient beings, but we're creating AI. I mean, we are getting to that point. So who's to say there's not another civilization out there that's like just way ahead of us? That's way past that point. Who's to say that can't be true? I mean, how could anybody think that's impossible? You can't. I think logically you can't think it's impossible. It wouldn't make sense logically to say that's impossible. And I don't even know if I ever took a logics class in school, but I know logically you can't say that's impossible. I know that. I don't know the answer. Yeah, if I knew, I'd be one of the most intelligent humans on the planet, and I'm far from that. So I don't know the answer to that. I know it's or are we the Matrix? Oh man, that's pretty deep. I don't know. Oh, I'm not even. I'm not going to guess because what I think doesn't. I don't even know. I don't know the answer. It's a great question. I mean, do you all know about speaking of like things like that? And well, this is more of a quantum. This is more of a quantum physics thing. But you all know about what is it? Schrodinger's cat. Do you know about that like hypothetical experiment, Schrodinger's cat, where he puts a cat in a box, or he doesn't do it, but it's hypothetical. It was never done. But you put a cat in a box, you put some type of radiation thing in there where it's a 50% chance of it's going to go off and kill the cat, 50% chance it won't. And then you cover everything up. And once that radiation thing either takes place or doesn't take place, before you open the box up, Schrodinger, I guess he was a quantum physicist or something like that. He claims that before you open the box up, the cat is both in the state of being dead and alive at the same time. It's a quantum physics thing. Like until you observe it, two states take place simultaneously. Two states or more, but in this case, two states take place simultaneously. Eric, what's your idea? I'd like to hear. I'd like some either now or sometime. I'd love to hear your idea. 50%. I took that in first year and still do, oh, you took that in school or something, the 50%, Schrodinger's cat. It's a quantum physics, like, experiment or hypothetical. Basically, there's not a lot to understand there. It just means that, um, if something happens, but there are 2 possible outcome okay, there are 2 possible outcomes until you observe it, both outcomes are true at the same time. That's I mean, I know it's hard to understand, but that's it's as simple as that. Now, I can't explain the quantum physics part exactly, but but how can a cat be both alive and dead? Because the theory is until you observe it, until there's like a camera on it, a human eye, until it's observed, it's like it's nothing. It's both dead and alive. It's I can't explain the word, but I do understand that. They said that there's some type of this true experiment where they're like beaming electrons against a wall, but it's got like a hole in. I can't remember exactly what it is, but they go a certain way as these electrons are being like shot out or beamed to this wall or this divider thing. They go in a certain way on their own. But this is, and I swear this is true. You can look this up. But as soon as they're observed, I guess by a camera or by an eye, as soon as they're observed, they start going different directions. That's actually been shown. It's so in other words, things are in a certain state when they're not observed, but when they're being observed, they're in another state. And it's hard for, I can't explain it past that. Honestly, that's a real tough one. Double split experiment article. Dawn is a feeling, a beautiful ceiling. The smell of grass just makes you pass into the dream. We're here today, no future fears. This day will last 1,000 years if you want it to. That's beautiful. Who was that? Are those your original words? They sound familiar from somewhere, but I don't know where. But wherever, they're beautiful. I love that. CB, beautiful. Light can be a particle or wave depending on if it's observed. Right. Oh, Moody Blues. Oh, wait a minute. Dawn is a feeling of beautiful. Oh, what album is that? All? What song? What song is that? What album? Is that is that from Days of Future Past? That's not from Days of Future. I don't. What album is that from? Oh my God! Tell me when you can. Days of Future Past. The song or the mm, or from Nights and Whites. I can't off the top of my head. I can't remember. I can't remember. There's actually a song called Days of Future Past on that album, but I know Nights and White Satin, and it's got that long interlude or something in the middle of it where maybe those words are said. I'm not sure. I still listen to some Moody. I still listen to In Search of the Lost Chord. It's very psychedelic. I mean, it's meant to be listened to while you're on mushrooms or while you're on LSD or something. Listen to it. In Search of the Lost Chord. Listen to the whole album. Listen to it deeply. It's very, very good. Makes good use. A Mellotron keyboard. I don't remember what a Mellotron keyboard. What is that? What is a Mellotron keyboard? Oh, and it's an instrument, but I can't picture. Oh my God, I can't picture. And I left my phone upstairs, so I can't even Google it right now. A Mellotron keyboard, orchestral sounds. Oh man, we're now talking some heavy stuff. Moody Blues, the 1960s and 70s. People were just people were just using psychedelics like it was going out of style, and there was so many beautiful things created, some musically, especially musically. The music will never be able to be uh, surpassed or duplicated. Keyboard that runs on pre-record. Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. Didn't know exactly. Didn't know that. Wow, wow. Anyway, I still say the music of the late 60s and early 70s is the best out there, and it's mostly what I listen to even today. I know there's a lot of good stuff out there now. I know. I try to listen to a tiny. I don't listen to a whole lot of new stuff unless something comes on maybe my local station and I catch it. But otherwise, you're going to find me listening to late 60s and early 70s, which I still say the best. And even into this, well into the 70s, some of the stuff I thought was very, very good. Here's a question. I wonder if, like tomorrow, for example, tomorrow. Yes. I wish I could pick up my computer here and take it over to my vinyl because I would show you some stuff. Yes, as same with me. I mean, it's stuff that I just and what I have to do sometimes if there's a record that I had like and I played it just so much and it just didn't sound fantastic anymore. I replace it. Like for example, fairly recently, I think I bought what did I buy? Tommy by the Who. I bought it because my original album of Tommy was just it was worn out and scratched up, and I just love that album, and I wanted to have a pristine version of it on vinyl. Yep, Jethro Tull. That's why I listened to them for as many decades as they've been around. Basically, I don't really get into the brand new stuff. Ian is still producing some brand new stuff, and I just can't get into the brand new stuff. But I listen to Jethro Tull all the time. JD says, "Do you experience a wider and more immersive soundstage when listening to music?" Oh my God, yes. There's no comparison. JD, no comparison whatsoever. Eric has all the old Toll albums. Yes, same, same. I think I've got them all. I mean, well, no, no. Okay, the ones that started coming out in the oh my God, let's say the uh, later '80s and into the '90s. I didn't get a lot of those. Oh, but all the yeah, all that's well. My favorite. I mean, I would have to say my favorite is still Aqualung. I mean, they're all. Don't get me wrong. They're all the in that from that era. They're all good. Yeah, I mean, they're all good. Stand up is phenomenal. Benefit phenomenal. But there's something about Aqualung, and it might have been. This happens to us all. It might have been the time in my life that it came out because we know that has a lot to do with it. A lot. I never even. I never. I don't think I have broad. Oh no, I might have Broadsword and the Beast. I might have gotten that later. I don't think I ever got like in that era, Broadsword and the Beast. In that era, I kind of stopped. I'm not saying they were bad, but I just kind of stopped. And then, but an album that I got in '87. Do you remember the album that came out in 1987 by Tull? It was Do you know? Let me see if you remember. Don't Google it. Don't Google it. Just see if you remember. I think it was, and I still listen to it all the time. I'd say it's one of my favorites actually. Don't Google it. Tell me if you remember. We'll come. I think pretty sure it was '87. Pretty sure. Hmm. Let's see if you get it. I'll give you. I know there's a lag. I know there's a lag. So I'll give you a few seconds here. And then I'll say it. Um, it's really good. And also, I'll tell you what else is really good. Minstrel in the Gallery is very good. Very good. But in '76, I didn't love it. I think it was like a little bit ahead of its time, beyond my appreciation level. Okay, the album I'm talking about is nobody's saying it, so it's called Crest of a Knave. Crest of a Knave, Crest of a Knave, and it's yeah, Crest of a Knave. It's like he came back after like a little hiatus because he had some kind of problem with his throat or his larynx or something like that. So he came back, and that was his first album in a while, and it's a very, very, very good album. I mean, it plays through beautifully, and songs like I can't. What's it called? She said she was a dancer in Budapest. They're just oh, so did I, Eric. So did I. So did I. It was so good to see them. Like it was a little bit of a homecoming, a little bit of a comeback. But I love that. Really, really love that album. I've gained more love from you. Oh, thank you, CB. Well, that means the world to me, and I'm so glad that we're doing this tonight. Oh, so I saw them with that comeback tour. I saw them. I want to say it was Philly. I want to say it was Philly. At the time, I lived in Baltimore, and if a concert came to Philadelphia, that's only 2 hours away from Baltimore. So it's possible that that tour went through Philly and didn't go through Baltimore. That's possible. But I remember he comes out and is the first. I still remember this. The first song was from that Crest of a Knave tour. The first song was songs from the wood. Let me bring you songs from the. I'm not going to sing, but oh, it was just an amazing, amazing concert. And you know what I really liked? Also, I really liked Thick as a Brick too. It came out in when did it come out? I don't know. Total guess like 2000, 2007, 8, I don't know, 9, 10. Thick as a Brick 2. I don't play it much now, but I played the heck out of it when it came out. I really, really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. I need to revisit it. By the way, guys, if you're looking for somebody asked me earlier about a wider and more immersive soundstage. JD did that. When you're on the medicine, I'm going to recommend. Um, it's an album. I don't know if it's officially by the Beatles. I guess it's considered by the Beatles, but it's the album Beatles Love. It's a total remix of many of their songs, and they morph into each other, and there are songs within songs. So if you want like the perfect album for when you're using mushrooms, um, trust me on that one. Beatles Love. Put it on with a really good quality pair of earbuds or over the ear headphones, probably better. But either one, a good quality pair. You'll thank me later. It's absolutely amazing. It's really good. Oh, yeah. Oh, so wait a minute. If you have a chance, listen to Johns Hopkins album, Music for I used to have that playlist or something, and I used to listen to that, like, a while ago. I gotta revisit that. There are many aspects that can only be wow, okay, I'll do that again. I will check that again, JD, thank you. And CB, the album, the band, yes, Yours Is No Disgrace. Oh, absolutely. Brings back memories from I mean, look, I'm kinda not Johns Hopkins? Maybe I was confused. I So it's nothing to do with Johns Hopkins, the hospital. Why did I I'll tell you what, JD, here, I used to think that, like, Hopkins, the hospital, put this together, because they've done a lot of psilocybin, research there. So I just assumed they put this playlist together. Okay, totally. Thank you for that. I'll check that out again. I will check it out again. Thank you for bringing that up. I really appreciate it. And yes, CB, Yours Is No Disgrace. The band, yes. The Yes album brings me back to my high school days, sitting in Mrs. Marome's English class. And I remember somebody in my class, I think her name, no, maybe, no, maybe for some reason, I brought a copy of the Yes album into class. Don't ask me why. I have no idea, but I brought a copy of the Yes album, and this girl, oh my God, what was her name? I kind of had a crush on her. What was her name? Susan, somebody, maybe Susan, somebody. And she came up to me and she looked me in the eye and she pointed to the vinyl album I had in my hands, and she said, "That's a really good album." And I said, "Yeah." And I didn't know what else to say to her because I had this crush on her, and I just didn't know what to say. And I think she walked away. But yeah, that album, oh my God, beautiful, beautiful album. It's still on, like, semi playlist. Like, I mean, like, on I should say, my rotation. I play it sometimes, currently. I, I had an itch on my leg. Okay, well, I'm definitely going to visit that John Hopkins. John Hopkins. I wonder how many other people make that mistake. There have to be a ton, and they're going around correcting. Oh no, it's Johns Hopkins. No, it's John Hopkins. I'm not the first one that probably tried to correct somebody, and I was wrong. Yes is brilliant. I'm a huge fan of the drummer Bill Bruford. I saw their ABWH reunion in '89. JD, I will thank you later. So, like, 1 to 2 years ago, 1 to 2 years ago, Yes played right here in Salt Lake City at like one of the theaters, the Eccles Theater downtown, and we went. And I realized I think the only original member was John Anderson. John Anderson, is that his name? John Anderson, I think. I think he's the only. I'm sure. In fact, I'm sure he's the only original. If I got that right. But they were. Let me tell you something. It was a great evening, and just I hope I got the right. Anderson and Howell. Yeah, I think it's John Anderson. I'm pretty sure. Steve Howe. Okay, thank you, Steve Howe. Steve Howe. That okay. So it was Steve Howe that was there, and he did some talking. Seems like a really good guy. And they were great. They sounded like yes, they did. I know, I know the singing a lot. Some of the singing wasn't, stuff that Steve wasn't singing. Somebody else was singing, but it sounded like yes, it really did. And thanks for that correction. I sometimes I just can't remember things like that because they're not like yeah, well, they're not like in my top 5 or top 6 or 7, but they're way up there for sure. Huntsville, Alabama, close. Oh, I thought you were going to say close to the edge. That would I thought, but you said close to where I'm from. It probably is close to the edge. Huntsville, Alabama. Is that down around is that down near kind of is that part of Alabama close to like the Florida Peninsula, the where Alabama and Florida meet up and their beaches? Is Huntsville down that is it down that far? I can't I think I might have been close to Huntsville on this recent road trip. I think I went through. I know I went through was it did Birmingham? No, no, wait a minute. Birmingham Mobile. Um, wait a minute. What's the? Oh, how come I can't forget? Oh no, no, Birmingham. We went through Birmingham. Um, I can't remember much. Hey, Bill. Hiya, Doc. Hey, Bill. Hiya, Bill. Close to the edge, down by the river. Close to the edge, down by the river. You don't want me to start singing these songs, please, 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 please. Oh, I know it. I think I was going to ask you something. Is somebody okay? This is at some point, I mean, when we close this live tonight, it's going to become a people are going to be able to watch the replay. I mean, what are people going to think? This guy was just talking for 47 minutes and saying nothing. I mean, what are they? Is anybody going to watch the whole thing? I don't know about that. I can't understand how somebody would just turn it on and say, "Oh, I'm going to watch this thing. Looks like it's an hour long. I'm going to watch the whole thing." I don't know. I don't know what anybody's going to think. Fragile. I can't argue. I cannot argue with that. But a lot of people say, um, what's the one? I guess close to the edge, right? Is close to the edge. Is that the name of the album after Fragile? Is it called Close to the Edge? The Green album. Some people say that's their best. I think some people say that's some people, and I like the Yes album and Fragile. I know them pretty well. Also, I think if it's called Close to the Edge, the next one. Um, and what about the group in the 80s, in the early to mid 80s, in the early 80s, Asia? There's a group called Asia. Didn't they have at least one or two members from Yes? Because they sound a lot like Yes, or Fragile then. Oh, Fragile then Close to the Edge. Okay, got you. That. But you don't consider the Yes album as way up there? Fragile is. I wouldn't disagree the Fragile being the best, but the Yes album it's way up there. I think it's pretty darn good. But I gotta revisit Fragile and Close to the Edge. Probably not tonight, but probably maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Nobody answered my question. What is somebody going to think? They're watching this replay. Like, what am I doing? Why am I watching this guy just talk about nothing? I don't know what's going to happen. He's supposed to be talking about microdosing, but he went off book and he's talking about all this weird stuff. And I'm not going to watch this thing for an hour. This weird stuff is called life. We microdose we microdose because we want our lives to be better, fulfilled, more fulfilled, better, feeling good every day, reaching our goals, doing what we want to do in our life, not having to worry about what other people think. That's why we microdose. And when you get to this point, we should all have a celebration. This is what microdosing does. It makes us want to do things like this even. CB says, "Don't worry about what people will think. Your mind is your mind is you are the man. That's all that matters in your world. Does it matter if people who tune into your life don't really care? No, it doesn't. Of course, it doesn't. No, and that's what I said. CB, I said this earlier. I think you were on, but I said like I didn't know when I turned this on. So I didn't know what was going to happen. Like I thought there's a slight chance I could be talking to nobody. And I didn't even if I was talking to nobody, I was still thinking, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna just keep talking to nobody and just love it. But instead, I got more than nobody. I got you guys, and you guys feels like a serious connection and family. I mean, that's what this is. So, but you're right. I don't worry about what people think. I'm so far past that. And and definitely the mushrooms have a lot to I have a lot they're responsible for a lot of that for sure. I love that. JD, they're gonna think, man, I need to join in next. I, I love that. I love it. Oh man, that's really funny. Too bad you don't have thousands running the chat up. Oh my god, that would be so hilarious. I see some of these channels where they've got so many people on the chat is just, you can't it's going so fast you can't even see it. And like the moderator or whatever you call it, the person that's doing the show, they only catch like 20 like 10 5 to 10% of them because they're going so fast and they'll pick one out randomly like, oh yeah, fragiles are best. Yeah, and then like a minute later, there's like 1,000 of them that passed. Yeah, that would be fun. I don't know if that can ever happen. First of all, um, I don't know. We're talking mainly about a topic, a niche that's real niche. Most people, most people don't have any interest in microdosing magic mushrooms. I mean, the average person has no interest. But some of these channels that are huge, well, a lot of them are on health, current political type events, things like that. And around the election, especially, there were people that were running these things up and they were just going crazy. JD, your mushroom channel seems small. You are way, way, way too kind. I love it. You're way too kind. I see. Actually, I mean, it's going to sound a little weird, but I like it when the thing goes in slow motion because I know who's here, and I feel your energy. And isn't that a lot better than having 1,000 people on this live and this thing's going so fast? I don't know who anybody is. I'm just like calling out things randomly. Oh yeah, Jimmy said that, but I don't know who Jimmy is. But I know you all. I feel your energies, and I feel so. Arguably, it might be better like this. It might be. I mean, of course, I'm not making the money that if it's monetized and somebody it has thousands and thousands. I mean, they're making some money. I might be making 23 cents. I don't know if would even be making that much on this one. I don't know. Two health coaching courses, but your channel is a passion of mine. I'm so appreciative, CB, and that it just means a lot. When I say that I feel you guys' energy, I don't have to say that. I honestly feel it, which leads me to believe that maybe I don't know if Sunday night is good. And a lot of times I'm busy on a Sunday night, but if I did this again, is this a good time and a good night? I mean, I do lives anyway. I do lives during the week. This past week, I didn't get to do any because I was in Vegas. I was kind of busy. But when I do a live during the week, Eric, what do we usually go? We usually go like what 30 minutes, somewhere around 30 minutes. Tonight we're like I'm on 55 minutes right now. And I'm gonna I'm going to close it up soon. But this is definitely a different type of live than during the week when I'm answering a lot of questions and we're going 30 minutes and that. I agree with you, Bill. So do I. I kind of like a smaller channel where I kind of get to know the host a little, even a little bit, and I know they're talking to me as opposed to they're talking to just they're trying to get numbers, 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 numbers. I mean, yeah, I do like the small channels. Okay, having said all that, I'm going to close it because I got a few things I want to do this evening. Um, I first of all, I want to tell you how appreciative I am because there are probably many things you could do tonight, many, and you chose to watch me for. Many of you have been here from the beginning, 50, almost 56 minutes. We're just here having a great chat, and that means the world to me that you chose to do this over many other possibilities. So that's one thing. And second thing is, um, I don't even remember the second. The first thing is so important. I don't remember what I was going to say. Secondly, I was going to say something, but now I don't remember. Let's see. I didn't miss anything. Okay, I didn't miss anything. Oh, Robert Klitz's channel, 84,000 subscribers. Holy shit. Yeah, the DEA advanced a proposal to move psilocybin to Schedule 2. I saw that. I personally noticed increased interest in microdosing people I know and that never thought would. Yeah, it's so funny, JD. Sometimes I'll be hanging. Well, somehow I'll be interacting with somebody that I feel like very very straight, and somehow it comes up. They say, "Well, what do you do these days? What are you doing these days for work?" And I'll tell them, I've got a podcast, and they say, "Oh, what's it on?" And I say, "Well, it's on microdosing magic mushrooms, microdosing psychedelics," and I expect them to like jump back uh, um and I'd say almost everyone says, yeah, I'm very interested in knowing more about that. I've heard a lot about that, and I'm very very interesting. So yeah, I think, but I mean, moving into Schedule 2. I mean, Schedule 2 is still not great, but I guess it's better than one. So I guess it's a tiny bit of progress. But I think they should not even schedule the damn thing. I mean, take it off schedule. I don't know. It's a plant medicine that I mean is cannabis scheduled at all? I don't even know the answer to this. Is cannabis scheduled? I don't know if it is. Is cannabis Schedule 2? I don't know. It's Schedule 2. You Schedule 2. I don't. Yeah. Somebody look that up real quick if you don't. I'm just curious before we end. I don't know if cannabis is scheduled. Like if it were, I guess it would have to be 2 or 3. I guess it would have to be. Fertility specialist who owns CNY Fertility, one of the biggest clinics in wow. You are so kind. You're way too kind. That wow, really really appreciate that. Cannabis Schedule 1. Cannabis is still Schedule 1 even though wait a minute. Oh, so maybe yeah, federally, right, federal. But okay, that makes sense because the feds haven't it's still illegal okay. It's still illegal on a federal level. So it's Schedule 1 federally, but each state has its own way of doing their own thing, and they legalize it for either recreational or medical. So okay, not great, but it can help give legitimacy to. It's very true, JD. Very very true. I agree. There's no reason why alcohol should. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I would argue in front of anyone that psilocybin is safer all the way around, safer than alcohol all the way around. There's no way you could convince me otherwise. I mean, alcohol. First of all, alcohol you drink too much and you can die. You can die. You just die from drinking too much alcohol, alcohol intoxication, alcohol poisoning. But you take a crazy amount of magic mushrooms, you won't die. I mean, you might go on like a really, really super strong trip, but it's not toxic. It's not toxic. You're not going to die. And it's also not addictive, which alcohol, let's face it, alcohol is addictive. There are alcoholics that are alcoholics for life. That's why I argue with my doc in Utah. Oh, I did a Bill, I did an episode on that. My doc in Utah, who I love, she's great. She When I first told, and I'm honest, I don't hide things. I said when I did the intake form on an annual physical, I microdose magic mushroom, I microdose psilocybin, and she wanted me to. She said I wouldn't do that if I were you. I said, well, why? Why not? I said it's changed my life. And she said, well, I said, why shouldn't I do it? She looked at me and said, well, it's a psychedelic, and that clued me in that she didn't really understand what she was talking about then. So I just made it very clear that I do this. It's safe. I know exactly what I'm doing. Argue with my doc, and you told to help get cannabis. Oh, okay, but I've got a medical card here in Utah now, so I get, just go around the corner and get cannabis if I want. Guys, I'm going to wrap this. We had over an hour together, and I got to tell you something. This was my favorite hour of the day. I mean, I did a lot of cool things today, but this was my favorite hour. And to you, I am really appreciative. We'll see if people engage and watch the replay. If you're watching the replay, I'm going to say this. I know you guys are live. I'm talking to you, but if I'm going to say this because invariably somebody will be watching the replay. If you're watching the replay and you made it to this point, message me and let me know. Let me know why, or just comment somewhere. Just get a message to me and let me know why you watched this whole thing. I want to know. I just want to know. I'm curious. He'll accept you as an interview, but he's all about diet. Was not ready to change diet. Fungi around before animal. Oh yeah, no question. We will continue. We're going to continue this whole thing. I will be back. I'm making a note of everybody that's here. I'm making a note. Thanks, Eric. I'm making a note, and I fully expect you all, at least the live people. I fully expect the live people to be here next time we do this one, because this is a blast. I'm loving it. Good night, everybody. Love you all, and thank you so much for spending time with me tonight. And I would say our little YouTube family here. We're kind of getting to all know each other, and it's very, very cool. So see you soon. This was an absolute blast.